you ever stopped to think about what makes a fairy tale feel, well, modern? Today, we're going to find out by diving into two really cool, magical stories from Urdu folklore that have some surprisingly relevant lessons for our own time.
So, what is it? What's that secret ingredient that takes an ancient story and makes it feel like it was written for us, right now? Is it just about the magic and the neat little moral at the end? Or is there maybe something more going on?
Well, we're going to explore two tales that do exactly that, blending classic magic with very modern ideas about things like fame, fortune, and social status. Get ready for The Thief Who Stole the Moon and The Golden Mustache of Equality. I mean, the titles alone are amazing, right?
All right, so our first story is all about a guy named Megan, a man whose ambition was just way, way bigger than his actual understanding of the world. So yeah, meet Magan. You can kind of think of him as the village's most ambitious, but also least successful thief. He's got these grand plans that just never work out. A wealthy man in town, the Seth, decides to basically call his bluff with a challenge that sounds like a total joke. Go and steal the moon. And Megan's plan? Oh boy, it is something else. His logic is just completely off the wall. He's going to catch a giant bat, tie a long rope to it, hook that rope up to a powerful truck he's going to steal, and then just tow the moon right out of the sky. It's an absolutely ridiculous idea, but hey, this is a folktale, right? Sometimes the craziest plans are the ones that actually work.
And you're not going to believe this, but it works. The whole crazy plan actually works. The bat latches on, Megan reels in his prize, and he becomes this overnight sensation. He immediately cashes in, opens up a moon museum, and gets super rich and famous, showing off his stolen moon to the public.
And this quote from the Seth just captures the town's disbelief perfectly. He says, "I had heard of a monkey getting grapes, but the moon in a monkey's hand?" It's a great line. And it's at this moment the clever Seth realizes Magan is completely out of his depth, and he starts hatching a little plan of his own.
But here's the catch, and it is a huge one. Megan's entire fortune is built on something he just does not understand at all. He has the moon, sure, but he's totally forgotten a simple little fact of nature. The moon has phases. He has absolutely no idea that the new moon, or Amavasya, is right around the corner. So, when the moon naturally wanes and vanishes as part of its normal cycle, Magan absolutely freaks out. He thinks his prize is gone for good. He mistakes this totally normal event for a complete catastrophe. And you guessed it, the clever Seth is right there to trick him into selling the now empty museum for practically nothing. Magan loses his entire fortune in a single night.
Okay, let's switch gears to our second tale, and you'll see how this one builds on that idea. This story explores wealth not as some prize you win, but as a real tool for social change.
So here we meet Shankar. He's a poor farmer, and he's clean-shaven. Now, in his village, a mustache is everything. It's a symbol of status, of wealth, of respect. And because he doesn't have one, his daughter, Rocky, gets bullied all the time. So right off the bat, the conflict here is super personal. It's rooted in a social custom that ties a man's worth directly to his appearance. And it's Shankar's deep, genuine sadness over his daughter's tears that attracts a little bit of magic. You know, a classic fairy tale moment. The goddess of wealth herself sees his despair and decides he needs a gift. And what does she give him? The one thing he's missing, a mustache. But this isn't just any old mustache. This one is made of pure gold, and it comes with a secret, pretty incredible power. So, what's this incredible power? Get this. Every single time Shankara gives his golden mustache a little tug, poof, 100 gold coins just appear out of thin air and fall to the ground. Just like that. So as you can imagine, he becomes the richest man in the entire region, like overnight. But, and this is the important part, instead of using his new wealth just for himself, he uses it to challenge the very social system that used to crush him. He starts teaching his neighbors that everyone's time changes. Now, like a lot of magic in these stories, it wasn't meant to last forever. But when the mustache eventually fades away, Shankar isn't ruined. Not at all. In fact, this is his big moment. He uses the respect he's earned to deliver this powerful lesson. He tells the whole village that status isn't about money, that dignity is something everyone deserves, and that a mustache is just hair. It's a personal choice, not a measure of a person's worth. And with that, he ends the village's discrimination for good.
Okay, so let's put these two stories side by side, because this is where it gets really interesting when we look at wealth versus actual worth. This comparison really breaks it down, doesn't it? For Magan, his wealth came from a prize he stole. For Shankar, it was a magical gift. But the real difference was what they did with it. Magan just wanted personal fame and fortune. Shankar used his wealth for his community, for social change. So the final lesson is pretty clear. Ignorance leads to ruin, but wisdom and using what you have for others, that leads to lasting worth. And all of this really leaves us with one final question to think about. What's the real prize here? A stolen moon that brings you temporary fame, or a change of heart that brings lasting dignity to everyone?